I do remember Tanner.
Tanner, yes, yep. Tanner's a special kid, and I can remember the minute I got that phone call, actually, because I was at home with one of my children and got the call, and this, it was obviously an urgent situation.
Of course, it was pretty horrific. It just, everything else kind of stops.
Tanner was 13 when he had a hemorrhagic stroke.
Well, I went over to my friend's house, and we played some video games. Then we went outside to build like a snow tunnel.
He had told his friend, he goes, my hand feels weak, or, I'm tired, so he was going to go home.
I was starting to get some headaches, so I told him that I was going to go home and lay down. And then I collapsed in his front yard.
He asked for them to call me, and then he collapsed there, and that's when they called 911.
He had bleeding in the brain, and on the way in, it was kind of situation. We called the operating room before I even saw him and even got here and said, you guys got to get in here, we're going to need to do something, we're going to need to do it quick.
They cut into Tanner's skull right here, and they made one little form of circle, and so that the brain could have, relieve the pressure. But what ended up happening, it wasn't enough, so they went and cut it again. And this time they said the brain just was able to rise and heal faster, basically. And so it rose like bread. I was blown away, but they were very good. Dr. Porter was amazing. He came in and took action. I was so blessed to have him on call that night.
He's pretty cool. That he saved my life.
This was after the actual third and final surgery Dr. Porter did to put the plate in for Tanner. I was so happy to see him smile and move around after the surgery. It was pretty awesome. But here, this whole side right here was just, this is the stronger side, this is his left side. This side was just completely weak. It would just lay there. So we had to force him to use this hand a lot. He had to relearn everything when he came to. So he's had quite a battle.
He had a long road to recovery. He went through the entire system here from ER through to a lengthy time up on rehab.
We tried to make fun of a lot of different things so that it wasn't boring, because he was stuck there all the time.
I don't remember leaving the hospital more than one time in about a 2-month span almost.
Because I wasn't going to leave that hospital without my boy, so I stayed there. He kept his personality up, and that was good. That's what kept him going.
I don't know, it was just really crazy, just making it through it, and couldn't wait to get him home, and every day was just a new, just making it through that day. It's, I don't know, kind of tough to think back on.
I told Tanner you should be proud of that scar that he has on his head, because it's your signature. That's amazing that you made it through there, because people look at him and they forget that he had a stroke.
He's a great kid with a lot of resiliency and made an excellent recovery.
So that's pretty amazing. I mean, to me, I look at him and think, wow, we are so lucky, because I got my boy.
Tanner's doing fantastic. Life is definitely starting to feel normal.
We had talked while he was on rehab. We would talk about fishing and getting him back to fishing, because that's what mattered. And then he started asking me about fishing. So he brought me back one of his favorite lures as a thank you gift for one of his visits.
I was just born to fish.